Terry, how are you enjoying the way the defensive ends are responding to you so far?
Well, I think it's been good so far. I don't give them a choice. They have to respond in a positive way. They got to work hard if they're going to play that position. So that's what they have to do. And they've responded well so far as how their overall effort's been. Obviously, it's a young group. I mean, last year it was 3 true freshmen and a sophomore. So now I got 3 sophomores and a junior, really, comprising the bulk of that group. So they're still learning. They're still young, but they're a good group that's trying to push every day to get better.
We've heard a lot throughout the spring and now about the development of Deshaun Hall. Where do you see him now? Do you foresee this breakout year from him that we've heard so much about?
Well, I mean, we'll have that answer at the end of the season. But as far as what I've seen so far personally, the young man's had his first off season. I know that's been documented a lot, but it means a lot in football. I mean, for a guy that's a 219, 220-pound, tall, skinny basketball player, to not have a true off season as a football player in the SEC was tough on him his first and second year. But this year he's finally put on good weight, good strength. He's bought into what we're asking him to do, and to me, his skill set fits exactly what we do defensively. So he's made some strides. He's done some really, really good things, and excited to see how well he does during the season. Because I think he'll do some good things for us, hopefully.
Coach Hagan just talked about he really feels they're about 8 deep inside. Now on the outside with Garrett, maybe what's an ideal depth? How many guys do you want to have? Do you figure you're right where you need to be? You need to have some more?
Oh, I'd love to have 8 too. I don't have them, but I'd love to have 8 as well. But we're going to play with the guys we got. You know, we have. It's not the biggest group I've ever had by no means, but it's a group that's going to go play and play this season well and work as hard as they can to make plays for us. You know, you'd like to be a little deeper, obviously, but you know, it's kind of where we are right now as far as the numbers of guys we have on the edges.
What about cross-training some of those inside guys like, Julian went in, but he was out. We use some of those guys out there.
Yeah, we did that in the springtime. We did some of that today. I mean, he's a guy that's smart enough to, I mean, he pretty much knows the whole front seven, if you want to know the truth. We could put him middle linebacker and he could play that. I mean, that's how smart he is. So, no, he's a guy that can play any position. Again, his skill set, as big as he is now, 280-plus pounds, is more suited for a inside position, a defensive tackle position. But there'll be some games where we play some two-back run teams that run the ball downhill where we may need him outside to be more of an anchor out there for us at the 5 technique.
Terry, how important is Deshaun for Myles Garrett? Not just his own production, but so that Myles doesn't dominate all of the scouting report week to week?
Well, I mean, every team has to have 2. I mean, there's any offense and especially in this league. I've been in the SEC 20 years now. You can find a way to block one guy if he's that good. But if you have guys coming off both edges, you have sufficient speed coming off both edges, it makes a big difference for you. You can't slide a protection one way or always throw backs one way because, again, you got heat coming from the backside. So the good thing for Myles is, and the rest of our crew is, I think we got good speed across the board where we'll have a chance to put a couple fast guys out there. And they got to keep developing and getting better. But it's always critical and crucial to have 2 guys that have speed and juice off the edge.
Coach Chavis the other day mentioned Cunningham, but we didn't do a follow-up about him progressing. Could you tell us where he has progressed from last year?
Yeah, no, he's he started off camp just doing okay, but I tell you what, he came on Saturday, and to me, had a really good day Saturday. He probably had his best day of camp this past Saturday in the scrimmage. So he's making progress, playing faster. He's gotten a little stronger, and again, I mean, 3 of these guys were true freshmen last year, and they were scared to death to go in the game and learning this defense for the first time. So proud of where he's come, the improvements he's made. It's a young group overall, but he's done some good things for us during 2 days.
Same question I asked Coach Hagan, but especially with this being your alma mater, it seemed like a pretty rare deal when he kept the entire defensive staff intact. How appreciative were you, and especially in that vote of confidence from Coach Chavis as well?
Well, I mean, this is my heart, and this is my life. I mean, this is everything I have in life I owe to Texas A&M University. There's no question about it. So having an opportunity to coach here and Coach Summerall giving me this opportunity has been unbelievable for me and my family. But I owe everything to Texas A&M. I love this school, and because of what this school's done for me, I'm in a position to coach and have the best job I've ever had, coaching the D-line at Texas A&M.
In terms of him keeping the staff intact, how that vote of confidence Coach Chavis showed, could you speak to that?
Yeah, I mean, just I guess vote of confidence, whatever you want to say. I'm just proud to be part of the staff. I don't know, the proper terming for that, but I'm excited to be part of the staff. I'm glad I'm obviously coaching here at Texas A&M University and excited about the future.
How is Myles Garrett better at this now than it was at this time of year ago?
Well, I think, obviously he's gotten stronger. He's gotten healthier. He's done a better job at the point of attack. One of the biggest things that we worked on since spring and this fall was hand placement, edge protections as far as pressing and separating off of blockers, and just doing a better job at the point of attack. I think towards the end of the year, people started running at him, and you got to be able to handle all blocks, whether it's down blocks, whether it's base blocks, whether it's fullbacks, guards pulling, all the things that you see on the edges. He's had to get better at, and he's worked hard at it, and he's done a better job with his hands. And I think, he was handicapped, I think, the second half of the year because of that big cast he had on his hand last year. But obviously this year that thing's off, and he's done a better job with his hands and a better job at the point of attack.
Coach, you mentioned the youthfulness of you guys, but has anybody stood out to you as a real vocal leader for the defensive ends?
Well, and that's one of the things that I'm happy about is for Myles as much as anything. The one thing he's taken pride in this year is, and we need him to, is try to be more of a leader. I mean, he's taken that role probably since the camp has started. He wasn't that good in spring, and just learning how to kind of push through it. I mean, you don't just become a leader overnight. But this 2 days, he's really worked hard to become a better leader. He's worked hard not just to lead the D-line group, but to lead the team. And because of that, I think we'll be a lot better because you have to have leadership from strong individuals. And I think he'll do a good job for us in that area this year.